JM Today, bringing you the up-to-date news coverage that you want to see.
I know that there is a lot of interest in the details and the negotiations and the back and forth, and I'm just not going to get into those publicly.
Sure, it's just for consistency because
Sure.
you and Matt and other U.S. officials have not hesitated to say when the ball is in Hamas's court. So I'm just wondering whose court the ball is in now. I mean, U.S. officials last week went to great lengths to stress how much they were dialing up the pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu. The deal is closable, it needs to be closed, subject to some implementation issues. So who is causing the hang-up now?
I'm not going to get into, again, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the negotiations, but let's look at this from a little bit of a wider lens and take a step back here. Consistently, since when I believe it was about a month and a half ago when President Biden went into the Roosevelt Room and laid out the contours of this proposal that had been on the table, this proposal that Israel had agreed to, that Arab partners had agreed to, that the United Nations had supported, that the UN Security Council had supported. Time and time again, it continued to be Hamas that changed pieces of the deal and changed pieces of the proposal. So this is a process that is ongoing, and we're going to continue to work through this process, and I'm not going to get into the specifics.
Okay, I mean, you just said Hamas changed the conditions without saying who is changing the conditions now, but I understand we may not get an answer on this. One more just on the Vice President's comment.
Said, go ahead.
Thank you. Sorry for walking in late, but just to follow up on Olivia's point. I mean, you in the past, you or Matt did not hesitate in saying that the ball was in Hamas's court. Why this time around you are unwilling to say who is, standing in the way of arriving at a deal? Because there are all kinds of reports that Mr. Netanyahu has had a change of heart. He actually agreed to something, then he changed his mind.
So I'm not gonna get into a back and forth on hearsay and what may or may not be true when it comes to public reporting or not.
Right.
What I can say is this, Saeed, is that these are negotiations, these are processes that are ongoing. We're going to continue to be engaged in those efforts. There continue to be a number of details and issues that need to be worked out, but we continue to believe that a deal is achievable. Not only is it achievable, but for all the reasons that I laid out, coming to a deal should be of utmost importance. And it is true that at various times throughout this process, Saeed, Hamas has changed the goalposts. It has changed conditions. That has been true without us getting into the specifics of the negotiations process, which I'm not going to get into now.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that the Israeli government or Mr. Netanyahu has not changed position from the original.
I'm just not speaking to the specifics.
That was announced by the President of the United States on May 31.
I'm not speaking to the specifics of the negotiations.
Right. Okay.
Be sure to tell us what you think in the comments section and share the video. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. We have decided to bring videos on the news stories that you care about.